Now we will understand the phenomenon of sound and then we'll derive the speed of sound, which is denoted by small a. To understand sound, we have to go to the molecular level of the air. Air contains several molecules which are moving in a random fashion with some velocity and energy. Now, say when you speak or say a small firecracker detonates around you, what will happen? When a firecracker detonates, it releases some energy, and this released energy is gained by the molecules of the air. Subsequently, the mean velocity of these molecules will increase. Now, these molecules will collide with the neighbor molecules, and in this process of collision, they will transfer some amount of the acquired energy to the neighbor molecules, and these neighbor molecules will in turn collide with their neighbor molecule, and in this fashion the energy released by the detonation of a firecracker will move through the space, and the speed at which the energy released by the firecracker travels through the medium is called speed of sound. I am saying it again. The speed at which the energy released by a firecracker travels at a particular speed through the space, and this speed is what we call a speed of sound. And that is why the speed of sound depends on the medium and the thermodynamic properties of the medium through which it is traveling. We will denote speed of sound by small a. Now let us assume that this is a sound wave and this wave is traveling at a particular speed of a. Now we will hop on this wave and we will travel along the wave. We know that the sound wave is traveling at a speed of small a, and if we hop on the wave, we will see that the flow ahead of me will travel at a speed of a, and the property of this unaffected flow p, rho, and t. Now behind the sound wave, we know that when a sound wave passes through a medium, we know that the mean molecular velocity of the flow increases, and this in turn increases the speed of flow slightly, say by dA. So relatively the speed behind the sound wave will become a plus dA. We also know that pressure increases slightly and subsequently density will also increase and temperature also increases slightly. So this is ahead of the sound wave. Sound wave, if we observe from a stationary frame, and this is behind. Now first we will apply continuity equation. Continuity equation, which is nothing but rho u or rho 1 u1 is equal to rho 2 u2 is constant. So rho 1 is rho, u1 is a is equal to rho 2 is rho plus d rho, and u2 is a plus dA. This will become, we will neglect d rho into dA term because it will be very small. Finally, our equation will become dA by A equal to minus d rho by rho. Let's call it 1. Now let's apply momentum equation, which is nothing but P plus rho u square is equal to constant. So P1 is equal to P plus rho 1 is rho, u square, u is a square will equal to P2 means P plus dP plus rho 2 into u2 square. Now rho 2 is rho plus dA and our u2 is a plus dA. A plus dA, I will write u2 square as a plus dA into a plus dA. Now look at this term. This term is nothing but rho into a. P plus rho a square is equal to P plus dP plus rho a into a plus dA. Finally, we get the equation dP plus rho a dA is equal to 0. Now let us multiply the second term by a and divide it by a. So rho a square into dA by a is equal to 0. Now from equation 1, dA by a is equal to minus d rho by rho, so dP minus a square into d rho will be equal to 0. So finally our equation will become a square is equal to dP by d rho, and this is the fundamental expression of the speed of sound. A square is equal to dP by d rho. Now the next question come before us is that whether we can consider the whole phenomena as isentropic or not. Isentropic or not. So we know that sound wave is nothing but a very weak wave. When it passes through a medium, it increases pressure, density and temperature only slightly. Only slightly. So gradients it produces in a medium, gradients it produces in the mediums are very small, are very small, and this implies that the effect of friction or say heat conduction are negligible. Effect of this will be negligible. That means we can consider that the whole process is reversible. At the same time, we also assume that we are not adding any heat or extracting any heat from the medium. So our process is also adiabatic. So adiabatic plus reversible means the whole phenomenon is isentropic, and we can write a square is equal to dou p by dou rho at constant Now we know that tau s, which is isentropic compressibility, is equal to 1 by rho rho by dou p. This will be equal to dou p by dou rho constant entropy 1 by rho into tau s. Now we know that 1 by rho is equal to nu, unit volume, by tau s. So finally, a square is equal to nu by tau s. You can write a is equal to nu by tau s. Now, for thermally perfect gas, for thermally perfect gas, we know that P is equal to rho RT, and for isentropic process, P is equal to constant times rho to the power gamma. This will be equal to dou P by dou rho at constant entropy is equal to gamma P by rho. You can calculate it. Finally, speed of sound A is equal to root of gamma P by rho. And also, from P is equal to rho RT, we can put P by rho is equal to RT. So, this will become A is equal to under root gamma RT. This is the speed of sound